Hey guys, I wanted to talk about something that happened this past summer. I'm starting to think about baseball. We're kind of rounding the bend a little bit, and baseball season is going to be here before you know it. And I really wanted to share this story with you. It was something special that happened, and I think it's something great. And you're not going to see it in the record books. You're not going to see it in the stats. So not every night at the ballpark it does become a headline, right? Some nights don't go viral. They don't get talked about every day or even the next day. Most of the time, they just live in the heads of the people who were there until basically they slowly fade away. And that's exactly why I wanted to share this one. Not because of any other reason, but because I want the memories to stay alive and just let them hold on their own. So, on Friday night, July 25th, 2025, the Schaumburg Boomers were hosting the Joliet Slammers at Wintrust Field. And this was in front of a franchise record of 8,132 fans. That's amazing to me. One of their largest, one of their largest crowds that they have ever had. And for independent baseball, that's pretty good. The Boomers rallied from a 7-0 deficit. Uh, the Boomers beat Joliet 9-7. So think about it. It was Star Wars night. The lights were on. Kids and adults were dressed up in their favorite Star Wars gear. Um, Basically, a jerseys mixed with Jedi robes, but the jerseys they had a Star Wars theming to them too. So it was really fun, actually. And I love all Star Wars nights. It's like every independent team, actually every major team has them now too. And but and what really stood out was how local it felt to me. Both teams are from around the Chicago area. Now you think about it, Schaumburg, they're pretty close to Chicago. Joliet, they're kind of close to Chicago. A lot of folks from Joliet might say they're from Joliet as opposed to saying they're from Chicago. So it felt really local, a crowd that felt it was almost entirely from the same place. Because ultimately we are. Chicago tends to affect this whole region a lot, for better or for worse. So, with the largest crowd the Boomers have ever seen in this ballpark, the place had that low, steady buzz you only get on nights like this, right? And everything was building to the big finish. Now, the big finish for this, for me, it's a ball game, but bonus time is when there's fireworks and that sort of thing. So the big finish here is your drone show slash fireworks with Star Wars theming. So there was a lot of kids there, a lot of families there, and that's what everybody was kind of waiting around for. But unfortunately, it kind of got quiet. They started playing music, and the drone show kind of stalled. And you could start feeling the crowd shifting a little bit. I mean, if you figure a 5 minute delay, okay, 10-minute delay, okay, 20-minute delay. All right, people are starting to feel it. So parents are starting to check their watches. They're starting to do a little doom scrolling. Yeah, we have all done it. Kids started staring up into the sky, wondering what we're waiting for. Right up until right up until all of the lightsabers started coming out, and picture a bunch of kids with lightsabers and bored and maybe having a brother or sister next to him. And then something really unexpected happened. Now, this is the part I love. Right in front of the dugout, and I'm not kidding about this, a few players stepped up to the microphone. There was an announcer there too. And so they started to sing along to music.
Sing us a song tonight. 'Cause we're all in the mood for a party. You got us feeling alright.
Probably not the best performance of their lives, but they stepped up. There was no announcement, no plans, just basically the players reading the room. And instantly, the night flipped. Waiting turned into watching, phones stopped scrolling, and they turned into flashlights, waving back and forth. And lightsabers followed, glowing, moving in the rhythm, filling the park like candles in a concert. The dugout became the show, and other players leaned in. Laughter was rolling through the crowds and through both dugouts. And just when it felt like that moment had peaked, one player stepped forward.
Oh, give me the people and free my soul. I wanna get lost in rock and roll and drift away.
Boomers did something that really stuck with me. They offered fans free tickets to another game. No excuses, no awkward apologies, just a simple message. We appreciate you being here, and we're sorry it didn't turn out the way we thought. Looking back now, knowing how the 2025 season ended for these guys, this night makes a little bit more sense. Not because of the score and not because of the standings, but because of how this team handled the moment. Down big early, a record crowd in the park, a promotion that didn't go as planned, and instead of tightening up, they stayed loose. They leaned into the moment. They took care of the people in the stands. That doesn't show up in a box score, but it does help explain how the Schaumburg Boomers went on to reach the Frontier League Championship Series later that season. Nights like this don't win titles on their own, but they do show you the kind of team that eventually plays for one. A comeback win on the field, a franchise record crowd taken care of off of it, and a team that adapts to the moment and ultimately wins. That's independent baseball. When the plan breaks, the people step up, and the night still becomes something worth remembering. And next week, I'll show you those fireworks, probably without the Star Wars music, copyright and all. But please, if you have a story similar to this, post it so we can all have fun and enjoy and share our favorite memories. And hopefully, this story earned your subscription. And if it didn't, well, maybe next time. So, with that, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.